Sitting in the hills, trekking in the valleys, strolling on a beach, or exploring underwater. At times we wish to capture the world the way we see it, the way we experience it, and that's when we feel the need for a 360-degree camera. The new tech toy that records everything around us from every angle, and interestingly, one such cool gear now comes from GoPro. And it's called the GoPro Fusion. I've just got my hands on the brand new GoPro Fusion, which is the latest release from GoPro, and it has just been released in India. And this comes at a price point of 60,000 rupees. Now the question is this camera worth your hard-earned money? I'm gonna spend all day with it and see how it stands. Come along. We begin our day in low light, the first crucial test. Let's see what it delivers. So it's early in the morning and I'm on the way to JLN Stadium and see if we can get some good output. The GoPro Fusion surprises us with its result in low light and soft light. We were not expecting them to be this detailed. There is a bit of noise, but it still delivers way more clarity than you would imagine. We'll go out towards Surajkund right now. We're gonna head up the Gurgaon Faridabad road via the outer ring road. Hey buddy. And we're gonna see what this GoPro does for motion shots from moving through traffic. Just look at the clarity and the stabilization in the results. And most importantly, the way it blends the footage captured by two lenses to create 360-degree videos, free of shake and nicely produced. Now, I made it out to the Aravalli Hills and it is smeltering hot, and behind me is a lake, which actually brings me over to the next test. I'll show you. As you would expect, the GoPro Fusion works the best in daylight. Clearly, it would be an ideal companion in places surrounded by scenic beauty. And did you listen to the audio? Clear and fairly loud. Alright, so I made it to this freshwater lake, and this brings us over to the last test of this GoPro, which you might be able to guess what it is. But before that, I just wanted to mention how handy this little handle that it comes with is. I mean, you can kind of you can hold it and it doesn't show, your hand doesn't show up. It's telescopic, it's a selfie thing, and just for having a quick setup like that, you can just set it up, hit record, and then you're ready to go. Very fast. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now, and jump in the pool.
that was that. It's time to undo this little stand and to try it out with the headgear. I don't know if the headgear is going to work with this GoPro, which is heavier than the smaller ones, the regular GoPros, but it's only one way to find out, I suppose. But it should be pretty exciting to see what kind of angles we can get out of this.
This is where we find it to be disappointing. The camera fails to deliver underwater with headgear. Let's take another round. Now look at this one. Again, it falls a little short. You can clearly figure out the stitch lines here, which means that the footage captured underwater doesn't really blend well, and it totally disrupts the immersive experience that it promises. We say it's better to use it above the water level. Well, all that's fine, but what about if you want a normal video and not a 360-degree one? Interestingly, you can do that simply with GoPro's over-capture feature, and no doubt it creates some exciting results. Check it out for yourself. But here is an important thing. It's pretty simple to record on the GoPro Fusion, but the real challenge begins after the shoot. That is, in accessing the recorded footage. It is a tedious task. It took us almost 2 days to render footage from a half a day's worth of shooting. And at the moment, the software is not entirely bug-free. And another key thing to note here is that the lenses on the GoPro Fusion are not removable and replaceable, so even if one lens is damaged, the camera is of no use. So the GoPro Fusion coming in at 60,000 rupees, it's certainly not a cheap camera by any means. And considering how both elements on both sides stick out, protruding without any cover, and if you scratch them, you can't replace them. That makes this GoPro, I think, a pass in my books. It might be worth it to wait for the second iteration of this camera to see if they have made any improvement.